Okay, so imagine discovering like a missing chapter in a story you thought you knew really well, a chapter that's actually foundational.
Hmm.
What if I told you there's this place, um, a major center for early Islam, maybe even older than some really famous spots we all learn about,
Right.
but hardly anyone today knows its name. It's just there, this silent witness on the coast of Africa.
It's true. And this place, Zeila, what it reveals, well, it fundamentally rewrites the timeline of Islam's global spread.
Rewrites it. How so?
It pushes its African roots back centuries earlier than many people realize. It's a really profound piece of hidden history.
So that's what we're digging into today. We're doing a deep dive into Zeila, this coastal Somali town on the Gulf of Aden.
And it's incredible treasure.
Exactly, the Masjid al-Qiblatayn. Now, this isn't just any old mosque. We're talking about Africa's third oldest mosque.
Built astonishingly early, yes, in the 7th century.
Right, during the time of the Prophet Muhammad himself. So our goal here is to sort of bring Zeila out of the shadows, to show how it really stands as this powerful testament to Islam's early expansion across the Red Sea into Africa.
And challenging those, common narratives about how Islam arrived on the continent.
Definitely. We're going to explore why this ancient site, even though it's mostly in ruins now.
It still holds enormous historical weight. It deserves, frankly, far more recognition. Zeila is really a linchpin.
A linchpin for understanding early Islamic history. Okay, so let's talk specifics. Islam arriving in Zeila around 615 CE.
Yeah.
So just a few years after the Prophet Muhammad's first revelation. The spate of that is just, wow.
It is astounding.
What allowed it? What were the factors that let Islam take root so quickly there?
Well, it connects directly to one of the earliest, most pivotal moments in Islamic history.
Which one?
The migration to Abyssinia, modern-day Ethiopia and Eritrea.
Right, the first Hijra.
Exactly. Some of the Prophet's earliest followers, they were fleeing persecution in Mecca, so they crossed the Red Sea seeking refuge.
And Zeila was right there.
Zeila was strategically located nearby, so it soon received these refugees, traders, settlers, people who carried Islam with them.
Okay.
This basically positioned Zeila as one of the very first places in Africa where the new faith started to flourish.
And the mosque itself, the Masjid al-Qiblatayn, is thought to have been built right then, during that initial wave.
That's the understanding, yes.
Yeah.
Which makes it one of the oldest mosques anywhere outside the Arabian Peninsula.
Incredible. But the name, Mosque of the Two Qiblas, that sounds really significant.
It is. It's incredibly significant.
What does that tell us?
That name is a direct architectural clue, linking us back to a crucial detail in early Muslim practice.
The direction of prayer.
Exactly. The two Qiblas, the two directions of prayer. Initially, Muslims faced Jerusalem. Then later, the divine instruction came to face Mecca instead.
And this mosque captures that moment.
Well, the structure today is largely ruins, as you said, but its historical weight is immense precisely because it seems to preserve evidence of that transition.
So like a physical record.
A tangible architectural record, yeah, of a really pivotal moment in early Islamic practice happening right there in Africa.
It's amazing to think about a building, embodying such a fundamental shift in religious practice.
It really is.
It definitely puts Zeila on a different timeline than maybe what most people expect when they think about Islam's spread.
Absolutely. The Masjid al-Qiblatayn in Zeila actually predates some far more famous Islamic institutions.
Like which ones?
Well, take the iconic Al-Azhar Mosque in Cairo, for instance. Hugely important, of course.
Of course, a major center of learning.
But it wasn't built until 970 CE, centuries after Zeila's mosque.
Centuries.
So while Al-Azhar became this global center, Zeila was already a place of vibrant religious activity, maybe even scholarship, much, much earlier.
So it wasn't just a quiet outpost. It was clearly a hub, a center for knowledge, too.
Precisely. We have historical texts, archaeological surveys. They confirm the mosque's structure seems to follow those very early Islamic architectural styles.
And the Qibla niches.
They visually demonstrate that potential transition, praying towards Jerusalem, then shifting towards Mecca, this dual Qibla design.
Well, it's not common outside Arabia.
Really?
No. In fact, only a handful of mosques in the entire Islamic world clearly show this transition. Zeila's mosque is potentially one of them, making it architecturally and historically pretty unique.
Wow. Okay, so beyond its age and the whole Two Qibla thing, its location must have been key too. You mentioned it was strategic.
Oh, absolutely critical. Zeila really served as a gateway, between Arabia and the African interior.
A gateway.
From maybe the 8th to the 13th centuries, it was a major commercial port. Think merchants from Yemen, the Persian Gulf, India.
All meeting African traders.
Exactly. Traders from the hinterlands. And along with goods, spices, ivory, whatever, Zeila was also exporting Islamic knowledge.
Ah, so scholars too.
Religious scholars, ideas.
Yeah.
It became this vital intellectual and commercial crossroads.
It sounds like a really bustling, dynamic place. Didn't Ibn Battuta mention it, the famous traveler? He did, yes, in the 14th century. He noted its strong religious character, mentioned its many mosques and schools.
Even though he apparently thought it was hot and dusty.
Yes, that too. But his account really drives home its importance during that period.
But obviously, cities rise and fall. What happened to Zeila?
Well, things changed. Nearby ports like Berbera and Mogadishu start to rise in prominence. Competition, yeah. And then you had the Portuguese disrupting the Red Sea trade routes in the 16th century. That hit Zeila hard.
Okay.
It also suffered attacks from regional powers, political shifts, and eventually it just sort of faded into relative obscurity.
So it flourished for centuries, but then
these geopolitical shifts just kind of masked its foundational role. Its incredible early story got pushed into the shadows.
Yet the ruins are still there, the Masjid al-Qiblatayn. And for local Somalis, for scholars, Zeila is much more than just some forgotten city, right?
Oh, absolutely. It stands as this powerful symbol, a symbol of Islam's incredibly deep African roots.
The living testament.
You could say that. Proving that the Horn of Africa wasn't just some passive recipient, it was an active foundational participant in early Islam, right from the start.
And the mosque itself.
It deserves far more recognition. It's one of the oldest Islamic structures in Africa, period. It shows just how far the faith reached, how quickly, within just a few years of its birth in Mecca.
It really makes you stop and think, doesn't it?
Oh.
How understanding these forgotten histories can really reshape our whole picture.
Our broader understanding of global religious history, cultural development.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder, how many other crucial chapters like Zeila's story might still be out there, waiting to be fully recognized?
It does.
What does that tell us about, the rich, interconnected tapestry of human history that maybe we're only just beginning to truly appreciate all the threads?